And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall, baby. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. But it's ain't no party like a cowboy party. But what about a Law Nation's Groove from my studios to yours? Brought to you by Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers, and yours truly, Law Nation, baby. Come on. One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. Come on, baby. The longest intro in the land, but it's necessary, baby. Go grab your coffee. Go get something to eat. Stand to your feet, baby. Imitated but never duplicated, baby. 5, 4, 3. It's still voluntary.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
2. And what? Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Ain't no party like a Law Nation party. Yeah, baby. What's good with y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And remember, the sounds of soft souls and hits and oldies. All right, what's up with you guys, man? I hope all is well. I know the Cowboys voluntary, mandatory, second story. It's practice. We ain't done right. Toxic tongue. We ain't talking about a game. We talking about practice. Not a game. but you know, it doesn't matter. There's 90 guys on the team, right? And out of the 90, people looking for one guy. As Ray J would say, one wish. Boy, they wishing for one guy to show up. And can y'all put his name and number down in the chat? Can you put his name down in the chat? Can you put his name and number down in the chat, baby? Because they just looking for one guy. I don't care if it's voluntary, mandatory, second story, statutory, however the stories go. They looking for one guy, and that is the name of. Down, boy. Hey, down. Hey, down. Jeez. God, dog. Hey, them doggone dogs, boy, they come out. Whoa. I mean, you go over people's house, they say, hey, my dog don't bite. Shoot, the dog got teeth. He eating something. It ain't finna be me. So it is for what it is. Of course. People are looking for Caleb Downs, too, by the way. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the globe, Malachi Law has yet to sign his contract. So I don't know if there's going to be a rookie holdout. Now, I ain't trying to tell him what to do, but my advice is for him to at least show up and walk around and say, we working out some things, because I think there was I forgot the guy's name, but he was drafted by the Bengals, and he held out all training camp and stuff, and didn't really bring anything to the table because He wasn't in football shape. So sometimes contracts can get rocky even for the rookies. I think that they will figure out something. Today might be a long show, but it's according to you guys. So if you guys can keep the engagement up, sharing is caring, and hitting that like button and following this content would be a great thing for the nation as we proceed to give you guys what I think we all need, and that is Cowboys content. We getting closer and closer to real, tangible football by the way. All right, so with that being said, I'm going to talk about expectations going into this OTA. Remember, for those who don't know, OTA stands for Organized Team Activity. Let me say this again. Organized team activity. It is voluntary today. The reason why we so heavy on voluntary workout is because it should be unity in the team, and team means together everyone achieves more. Write this down. Together everyone achieves more. And speaking of that, the Cowboys will be working out today. A guy by the name of Carmelo, not Anthony. Romello, not Anthony nor Carmelo. Romello Brinson. He's a super athletic SMU wide receiver. They'll be working him out. And he is the kind of caliber of receiver that can high point the ball. Very much, if you're going to call him, I got the star in the way. Let that star move out the way. Appreciate for your support. Appreciate your support. Now, he wearing 3, but don't get this confused as it relates to George Pickens 3. But he is an athletic guy from SMU, went to SMU, and he will be the guy that they will bring in for a cup of coffee today to see whether or not he can fit within the confines of the system and scheme here with the Dallas Cowboys. Hopefully, he can figure out a way to make this team and give it more and more of a difficulty for these other guys that try to say, hey, I'm a wide receiver and I want to make it by sure strength that I was on the team last year. No, I want everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac and Biggie climbing up out of the grave, fighting for their role. Nothing should be given to you, and that is the way, in my opinion. Far as other news, there's been quiet here in Cowboys world. I love that. There'll be footages later on today after 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock of the Cowboys working out. Some of the footages will be still photo. They don't allow us to do videos. So if my person can get me some footage, I would do photo and we would talk about those particular things. Okay. Oh, and other news, I didn't think that it would be cool for me to just say, yeah, the Cowboys should be interested in Myles Garrett and all of this stuff. You know, I'm going to fall onto the worlds of
Que sera, sera.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Shout out to you, Def King.
Will be.
The future.
The future's not ours to see.
Que sera.
Que sera, sera. What will be, will be.
Yeah, what will be, will be. I would love Myles Garrett here, but I'm not finna, tickle you guys with that particular logic of saying we should do X, Y, and Z things, right? I would prefer the Cowboys at this point to spend extra energy on things that you don't have to spend draft picks for at this point. Now, I'm not saying that I walk over Myles Garrett nor Miles Monroe, may he rest in peace. But what I'm saying is basically there's Bosa out there. There's an Old Man River, Von Miller out there. There are other guys that you can entertain without burning draft picks for. I'm just saying because all of that other stuff is not really going into anything to happen, right? And speaking of nobody knows what's going on with I'm still at the edge. Now they got dogs coming alive and killing folks, right? That's a whole nother conversation. And Euphoria. I finished that too, by the way. And the final series, the final episode is just life and breathtaking. But neither here nor there. Let's get back to the Cowboys. Who needs to have a big showcasing in this particular OTAs, organized team activities? Let's listen to my guy quick before.
You better book it. They're going to do big things this year. And this is the Dallas Cowboys. And here's why. Their offense might be one of the more deadlier offenses in the National Football League in terms of explosive playmakers and consistency. They can run the football. Javonte Williams had a big resurgence type of season a year ago. And then offensively, the passing game, I think Dak Prescott will be in that MVP conversation from start to finish. And then defensively, right, they just got to get a tad bit better. They allowed over 30 points a ball game last year. I can tell you this much, that will not be the case this year when you look at the personnel they've added.
Listen properly to my guy over here. You know, he been cited on Skywalker Steel Show, and I believe as well as Crown Media. So be sure to check out this guy right here.
To their arsenal on the defensive side, along with their new defensive coordinator as well. So just improving a little bit on the defensive side will put them in positions to win the games they did not win last year, and they will find a way to be extremely relevant in their division. And I'm telling you this right now, Tommy Norris, you can go ahead and purchase your playoff tickets for the Dallas Cowboys. And you heard what I said, purchase. You know what that means? They will have a home playoff game.
Oh, yeah. Purchase Tommy Norris, Chuck Norris, long forgotten son. Appreciate that. All right. So when we start talking about those particular things, right? We can look through the list here, and this is a list that we're going to go position by position, and we're going to try to work it quickly to see who needs to step it all the way up and make an impact for themselves in this particular year of the Cowboys going to do great things. So let's start by experience first, okay? Barham, I think that when you think of him, I think that he can make a great impact OTAs by showing up on time, making sure that he meets his requirements as far as weight, measurements, and all of that stuff. Hopefully he'll pick up the system. What they normally do, they give you a playbook when you first arrive to the Cowboys, and now they're seeing if you can recall anything, right? Do you have the languages together? Do you have the necessary inputs of like what you can and can't do as far as a knowledge base? Organized team activity is more so of the lines of, hey, this is who I am. My favorite color is red. My favorite food to eat is pizza and stuff like that. But then I do know the playbook, etc. So we need for him, Barham, because I think that he's going to be asked to do more than what we're expecting for his first year, and we need for him to show up. All right, Camden Brown, bigger wide receiver from Georgia Southern. He played for multiple teams in college, but this would be his first year in the National Football League. And when you look at his skill set, he's a high point guy, not a nuanced route runner in my opinion. But hey, they're bringing in more and more wide receivers, meaning that in my opinion, they either have reservations on some wide receivers that's here, or they're just looking for a stud that keep turning and leaving no stone unturned. So Camden Brown, he need to do his thing. Oh, there's a guy by the name of Caleb Downs, right? And this is no particular order. I'm just going down the list of rookies of who need to step up and show up in this light. Caleb Downs. For those who don't know, Caleb Downs is the first rookie that was drafted by the Cowboys this year. And we looking for him to have a big, huge impact. I don't know if he's adopting that 13 or is he fighting to get out of the number, but we need for him to show up and show out. Again, most importantly, stay healthy. AJ states that what if Smith, the left tackle, Booker, the left guard, Cooper, Beebe, the center, Guyton, the right guard, and Steele at right tackle? Oh, hold on. Let me go to this. Hold on. We really appreciate your support. AJ states, for those who need to see, he says, what if Smith, the left tackle, you move him to left tackle, and Booker at left guard. So you swinging him all the way from right guard to left side. I don't think that you do this. And on paper and principle, it sounds good. I ain't going to even hold you. That sounds like a whole lot better.
Yeah, on paper.
But at the end of the day, my thing is Booker played such a solid role at right guard. We literally didn't have to worry about right side in the guard spot. Now, what I don't want is you to destroy a rookie guy, rookie momentum going into his sophomore year now. You don't want to take away all what he learned his rookie year and throw it away. I don't want that. Now, being versatile and playing multiple spots, that's cool in a pinch, but not something permanent. So, no, I appreciate your support, but it's a no to me. This is a make it or break it year for Tyler Guyton. He need to be on time for these OTA meetings. He need to make sure that he hit his numbers, and he need to know for sure that he know that damn playbook like the back of his hand. And at all costs, I need to be able to look at him and say, keep your quarterback upright and clean. So before I cast judgments on Tyler Guyton going into his third season, in the great words of Tom Landry, it takes about 2 to 3 years before you can really gauge a rookie or a young player, basically. So he's going into his third season now. And as much as we look at Guyton and say, hey, man, he got to play better, man, we would like to see more from him. Well, this is the year. Now, 2 ways we can look at it. Either midway through the season, you can make the final determination whether he got it or not, or you can wait to the last tip of the year. And if he don't show you anything positive going into his 4th year and 5th year, whatever, you take the 5th year out of it, you start shopping that kid. You start looking at ways to get rid of him. You don't start another project and say, well, it didn't work for 3 years on this side. Now we're going to move into – nah, you just do away with it, Just get rid of him at this point. See if you can find a sucker that can say, hey, I can take a 6'7" trait and I can mold it and shift it to how I want it to what it need to be, right? Let somebody else work with that project because we don't have time for all of that. That's how I look at Tyler Guyton if he don't pan out this year. But I'm giving him longitudes and latitudes to be able to be on time, get ready, to be that, have that enthusiasm, right? They did the commercial with all of the Tylers and stuff. He need to be able to be on time and hit those numbers. Now, if he come into this offseason sloppy, out of shape, lethargic, and on top of that, not knowing the playbook and still messing up, then you don't have to give him this year. Then you can say, hey, you can make one of those drastic cuts or trades and say, hey, you done with it, right? You can get rid of him. This will be the cheapest that he will ever cost you, and then you don't have to worry about it. But if it is a situation and scenario, he shouldn't be that damn bad, Or you pick up the phone and you call the Steelers and say, hey, Mike, this is one of the guys that you left behind, So that's what you need to do. Law, we are those suckers. Lance, Mingo, look, Toxic Tom, look, no rebuttal to that. Because I truly value all draft picks, and the Cowboys been gambling real crazy with the 4th round draft picks and beyond. So, yeah, you are right. But to be fair, they did get Pickens last season, and it is I guess, an even flush if you had to go through Lance and damn near Mingo to get it, And Mingo! You better show up this year, man. Mingo, you better show up something. I need a strong camp from Mingo, right? Tommy Don, appreciate him. I think that he needs to showcase his talent and skill set to fight for that last spot on the roster as it relates to DT. So Tommy, we'll be looking for him. Kelvin Gillum, the same song and dance with that, right? With that being said, Jordan Hudson, we need to see something from him. He's another wide receiver. This list going to be long. I might have to split this show up into 2 days, baby. I ain't going to even hold y'all. But let me go to some of the pieces. Let me go to another piece of it. And let me see. I don't know if I still got it. I don't know if I renewed it. But let's see. Hey, Zeke, what's going on? Let's go to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see if I can do it another way, by the way. Let me see if I can do it another way. Lineup, no roster. Yeah. Roster. Okay. Let's talk about these alleged starters, right? These. Let me do a quicker version of what I was going to try to do today. The guys on defense that need to show up. The guys that's on defense that need to show up, so I won't get confused. We're just going to go look at defense for right now, and then we'll flip it over to offense, right? All right. Bland, I need to get a real report on his feet, right? Not just his foot, but his feet. I want to get a real report on his feet. Who's better, Lance or Milton? This is from Seabass. Man. Dog, hold on. Not to get off on the subject right here. But Seabass asks, because I try to make this show as much as interactive as possible. He states, who's better, Lance or Milton? That's literally like which one you want to go with, you know. Is it the Hyundai or the Honda? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, you know. And I'm talking about the cars in general. I'm talking about the 4-cylinder car, not the extreme luxury part of it. Like if you get a Hyundai or a Honda, it's the same thing. So at this point, in order for Milton to separate himself and at least be an Acura, you know, or at least a Mercedes or something like that, he got to step it up, man. So who's better? I don't know, Honda or Hyundai. I don't know, man. They both the same, man. They are not finna be something that you get, that you purchased on, and you thinking that you're going to get some good mileage out of it. You think you're going to be the safe and cautious way, and now you thinking, man, this Honda or Hyundai, this is equivalent to a damn Prius, but at this point. So nah, man. All right. So in Infinity Law, yeah. So at least they're gonna have to update somewhere, man. So and no offense, if you're driving a Honda or a Hyundai, as long as you can get you to point A to point B, you are in a great spot. But those are things that you really don't bloviate and just walk around and say, yeah. You'll step up from Pete and Paul at this point. Osa, Bland, Guyton, Steele all needs to show up and show out this coming season. Yeah, Bobby, you're right. Let's get back over here. All right, Kia and a Hyundai, you know, Cerebral, Saab, whatever you call them damn things. The cars that they use boat parts with, a Daewoo, you know, shout out to the Daewoos, Datsuns. Yes, indeed. I'm a new car Hyundai salesman, man. Oh, my gosh, man. Kia or a Hyundai are actually the same. So, all right, good. A Saturn or, what is this, Chevy Cobalt back in the days? Yeah. And then you had the Altima and the Maxima, right? So the Maxima was just above the Altima. A Saab, that's what it is. Osa is gone, by the way. Who said Osa? Did I read Osa somewhere? Osa gone, man. And I need Osa to perform pretty well, to do all what he need to do until we see him on week 10, November the 15th. I got it going. Sanjay says, hold on now, Kia EVs are nice, man. Yeah. The Chevy Cavaliers back in the days, man. Oh, my God. The two-door kind. If you got a Chevy Cavalier, man, let me know. All right, shout out to the Chevy Cavaliers and all of these type of automobiles. But salute to the 88 Cutlass back in the days. All right, so Kobe Durant, Bland. I think that both of those boys on the outside, they need to give us a good promise. We need to be hearing stories on organized team activity today. And, hey, man, can you believe that, man, Bland got his hand on the ball? Or Kobe Durant, oh, he looked the part. Oh, Chauvin Revel, he's practicing without a knee brace. Those are things that we need to look at. Oh, Donovan Ezaraku, he looked good today. We need to hear storylines of, hey, man, he looked sharp. And granted, it's neither here nor there when you start to talk about what Schottenheimer is saying, but at least we need to hear more of those things from Schottenheimer. Even if they play bad, he's going to still say they play good. All right, so back and forth with topic matters here. Let's listen to this right here. Before we go to here, I forgot. Let's get things going in the proper way possible. And we're going to listen to, is this a make it break it year for my guy Pickens, who you all see that we are waiting and watching to see whether or not he will report. Have you ever wanted to switch up your career but didn't know where to begin? Well, I've been down that road before, been like a stick in the mud, working on someone else's passion or dream. Well, today's sponsor is ISSA, might be for you. The International Sports Science Association is the leader in online fitness certification, empowering individuals to become certified personal trainers and health professionals through flexible science-based education. The certifications are 100% online, self-paced, self-studied, so you can learn anywhere, anytime, and you can get certifications in as little as 90 days. Fitness jobs are in high demand. Once you're certified, you can join ISSA Career Connect community. And the best part, once you get your personal training certification, ISSA, they have a risk-free job guarantee in the U.S. So check out our proud sponsors on today's video. That's joinissa.com/Law Nation to become a certified personal trainer and get $100 off of your course with code Law Nation. That's once again, joinissa.com/Law Nation and get $100 off of your course. No doubt. Get that $100 off of your course. Join ISSA the best way possible. And I know most of you guys will be looking into that if you are in the personal training space and you want to get certified. Now, it hit me that everybody and anybody can be a doctor these days. You just have to say, I'm a doctor. There's a lady. I'm a doctor, and I bought my first house when I was 19. I took 26 college hours, and before I was 20, and I got my master's. I got my plumbing certificate. I sat on a board for the NCAA. I was the first lady to hold the camera to take the pictures of Rosa Parks, but I still look good. You know, there's people out there that's saying those type of things, so y'all be sure to get your certifications and your certificate just in case someone want to check in on that. But with that being said, let's listen to this topic matter. Will this be a make or break season for George Lewan Pickens?
Make or break season for George Pickens. Now, again, he's in no danger of falling out of football, but he got traded because he was viewed as too much of a headache. Comes to the Cowboys, puts up numbers that I don't think anyone realistically could have fathomed.
All pro numbers.
Yes, and the response to the Cowboys were, Let's see you do it again. This feels
On you say the response by the Cowboys?
by the Cowboys.
And other teams,
Yes,
I believe.
and other teams. So let's see you do it again. So I think this is make or break for George Pickens in terms of getting the type of payday he wants. And so if he does it
He
again,
wants number one money.
then I think he will get number one money for sure. If he backslides even, 20%, do you think teams will be like, man, he would always be a badass too?
Are you telling me?
All right, so I had to pause it there. Wanting something and needing something is two different things. Now, hearing that someone saying that they want it, then that's a whole nother topic. I haven't heard them say, or the agency say, hey, I want number one money, right? But I think that if you work out and you do a certain thing, that you deserve number one money, right? There's difference between wanting, needing, and deserving. So I look at it, whereas if you have the capabilities to pay said player, then you pay him, right? There's the reason why everybody's saying, hey, just go out there, do your thing. Now, I'm going to knock on some wood, but there's a reason why the Giants are working out Odell Beckham. There's a reason why the Giants now working out other wide receiver, Juju Smith and them, is because there was somebody who went to organized team activities and they snapped up their damn Achilles, right? So there's injuries to put into play. So you got to really think about how you're going to move in that space if you're George Pickens. If you saying that it's a make it or break it year, and you got this guy going out there trying to be the good model citizen, he got a lot of risk on the table, which will create a lot of stress, which stress will create a lot of cortisol levels in your body. And we are vibrational creatures, or we are frequency creatures, beings, right? And with that negativity in your system, even though there's a smile on his face and there's a warm embrace with the other contemporaries, deep down in his mind and heart, he's saying, damn, I got to prove it again. And if I fool around and get a traffic ticket by jaywalking, they're going to crucify me, right? So it makes it difficult. It makes it rough. It makes it harder because now you're under a microscope. And I don't know how else to say this, but if George Pickens is 3rd and 10, it's week 3, Dak drops back, and he finds CeeDee Lamb. He squeezed the ball in between a defender and somebody else, and CeeDee catches it. And George Pickens is wide earth open. He's going to be looking at Dak now like, hey, man, I'm open. I need that, man. He already got his coins. But he got to go around like, yes, it's not about the money. Yes, we won. But that builds up animosity. And there will be people that will give you guys conversational pieces and say, nah, that's not happening. Or what happens if he wide open and somebody else that goes that way and they drop the effing ball? Y'all think he's going to be a good model citizen? Yes, I'm all happy and go lucky. We lost. No, he's going to hang low with his head down, or he's going to throw something, and now there's chaos. Now there's animosity. Now there's 3-ladder, 4-ladder, quicker ladder, all of the ladders talking about, hey, man, is George Pickens mature enough to handle this? See, this is why you don't pay him. See? So if you go ahead and pay the man, you don't have to worry about that conversation. It would be better for them saying, hey, man, will he live up to this contract? He getting paid all this money now? Jeez. But I get it. It's always two ways you can look at all of this. And the possibilities, from my knowledge, 9 times out of 10, we've been around the Cowboys. It's not like we just became fans today. We've been down this road before. And 9 times out of 10, it don't end the way we want it to be. And it's negativity. And it's just going to just sully the season when we can all be on one page and you sign that man up for a longer-term contract, and you can look at it and say, before anybody else believed in you, we believed in you, bro. You was cast out, spit upon, ridiculed, sullied, and denigrated by all of those teams. But we took care of you. We love you, man. We love you. So draw nigh to me, I draw nigh to you. Is all I'm getting at. That's the honest approach. Now, is there a risk? Yeah, that's risk. That's life. That's life, too.
Oh, no.
Somebody goes, wait, you're telling me Dontari Poe's not a Star Wars character? That's funny. You're telling me that the Cowboys looked at what George Pickens did last year and said, that's part of being in this system. You're a system receiver.
I mean, maybe, I don't know how much stock they put in, like, stayed out late.
I think a lot of the league did like probably look at it too, and they were like, man, like that offense was built to be that. But can you do it again? Can you have, like, you've had 1 year 800, the next year 1100, the next year 900, back to 1400.
And I feel like if he does that again,
then you
can't deny it.
Now, that being...
All right. Ooh, baby. I love the rebuttal in his via the handoff. Can you give me the lottery numbers you predict in the future? Well, there's a thing called historical data, right? Historical data proves that these are the outcome. And the length of time... It would be a different story if this was my first take on this, right? For those who've been following the channel for a long time, and I will admit, if I'm wrong on something, I'll say, hey, man, I'm wrong on it. You know, there's no ill wills towards me or towards you all. Because I'm probably the only person that would admit that he's wrong, right? But damn it, I've been right, on these franchise tags. My stance on franchise tags and players playing under it is to abolish it and get rid of it, right? And that's even for the quarterback, Dak Prescott. See, my history and my length of time proves that I'm right? Because I was against D-Law for signing the contract of the franchise tag and then doing it again. Why, Law? Because you can't prorate and spread that money out. By him signing the contract of the franchise tag and playing under it, it takes away what you can do. And my stance been on it for so long that I already adopted that the franchise tag is like a payday loan. Successful teams don't continuously use the franchise tag. And on top of that, if you go into any prominent neighborhood, you don't see those payday loan places. You don't see those check and go cash savers or title loan places because the APRs and the interest rate is so crazily high. But some reason the Cowboys continue to use the franchise tag as a weapon, and it hurts them every single time. Because with Dak Prescott, the time that they signed him under the franchise tag, it wiped away $90 million availability to spend, right? You couldn't prorate it, couldn't spread it out, and even if those teams were winnable, you could utilize some of that resources to stretch upon and get multitudes of other players to help your team. And the Cowboys been top heavy for all of these years. I was against Tony Pollard signing the franchise tag and playing under that. Why, Law? Because you can't prorate that money and stretch it out and get more and more people. Can you imagine the year that we had Tony Pollard under that franchise tag? That if we went and utilized that money and appropriate our funds better, boy, you could have had one or two other players in that playoff game. So you don't have to depend on your star-studded players as much. Dalton Schultz, when you had him on the franchise tag, what you're expecting from those two candidates, either if it's Dalton Schultz or Tony Pollard, in order for you to feel comfortable and signing them to a longer-term deal, they would have to perform better than what they previously did, and both of them didn't, and they was gone. But the price that you had to pay for that cost your team because you couldn't prorate it, you couldn't spread that money out, and then what people tend to do is they reach around for the low-hanging fruit and say, it's the quarterback fault. It's the quarterback fault. And don't look at the complete picture that you franchise tag these guys, and it hurt your bottom line. So my thing is, it is for what it is. I understand that we want to be brainwashed to say, hey, it's good for George Pickens to play on the franchise tag for one more year. It's good that the Cowboys don't know how to identify talent, don't know how to harbor the absolute mindset of players because they're afraid to give them money because you're supposed to have a program strong enough and enriched enough that you can say, hey, I'm paying George Pickens now. I don't give a dog about his off-the-field stuff because he haven't had that. And if he's late for meetings, then that's what coach is supposed to be able to coach up. Or that's what we supposed to be able to happen. We supposed to be able to handle that internally, right? But yet, instead, the Cowboys tend to leak out information about, hey, he's late for meetings. Hey, we had to do X, Y, and Z things. Damn it, you have to do that for any wide receiver in the National Football League. You have to do that for any star-studded player in the National Football League. Y'all thought Troy Aikman was a saint? Y'all think that Michael Irvin was a saint? No. But you had a head coach that knew how to channel those energies. So it is for what it is. If you're looking for a discount with George Pickens, putting him on the franchise tag is going to cost you more. Because the whole argument is, let me see it again on whether or not I want to pay him $40 to $45 million. So what you're banking on is for him not to perform up to the kind of caliber level that he played at last year. Because even if he plays at the same exact level last season, what do you think his going rate is going to be for the 2027 season? Or you think that, he's going to come in and say, yes, give me 35 now, right? I deserve that extra $4 or $5 million. No, his asking price is going to be $45.50. Yeah, it's going to be more, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just for what it is. You can't prorate it, can't spread that money out. You can't do none of that. Remember, it's all a cons man's game, and the Cowboys tend to not play in that cons man game because they're too scared to go out and jump out on a limb to pay this guy.
And said he could always dip down back to a 900-yard receiver.
And if
but
that's
I think
the
a lot
case,
of people are thinking if he does it again, then he definitely is that guy.
But on the flip side, if he does what you just said, 900 yards, maybe even 1,000 and 5 touchdowns, don't you think people are going to be like, yeah, so you're a heck of a number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah, probably.
And
so.
I'm never going to give you the money that you want.
And didn't it feel early in the year that the Cowboys were like, yeah, he's a number 2 receiver to CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
And he will be the second option. We haven't quite figured it out. And that's where Jerry came in the other day and he was like, we're expecting it faster. This year, we're expecting him to be at those numbers a lot quicker, where he looks like a number 1 opposite CD as a number 1 as well.
Do you think this?
Yeah. And regardless of it, I get it. The salary cap will increase. The APY on the dollar, yeah, we can talk about 28, and then someone said it moves up to 32. Yeah, that's cool. Proration is where it's at. And, of course, Toxic Tom has mentioned the cash. On the cash side, it's cheaper. Yeah. You pay for what you get. You can go get the Daewoo and get the premium stuff on the Daewoo, but at the end of the day, it's still a Daewoo, right? Give me the premium Hyundai. You know what I'm saying? It's still a Hyundai. You know, I get it. I get the cash savers and all of those type of things. But all of that can be manipulated. But one thing can't be. It's that franchise tag. It kills. Like, literally, we talking about, do we have enough to get Miles or do we have enough to get that and this? If I go to over the cap and these numbers are not actual factual numbers, but they're close enough, The Cowboys got $8 million right now. If we take off George Pickens' $28 million and add that to it, 28 plus 8, y'all put that math down, we up here. You get what I'm saying? And on top of that, you can spread and move that money around prorated, right? And it won't be such a hard cap hit, and you can go get 2 other players that you can play with, plus sign Pickens under a longer-term deal, right? But not to talk cash on OTA day, but I just think that it would be a disservice for the Cowboys to continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It's crazy. Let's listen to this right here. The biggest reasons to be optimistic.
This is from Titanic Gambler. What are the things that make you most optimistic about the 26 Cowboys? What is the things that worry you the most? Before I get to that, you got anything right off the top of your head that you're excited about or worried about still?
Christian and Caleb. That's it.
Can those both be the same answer? Because I think that might be the answer for me.
Yeah.
Christian Parker is what I'm most excited about. Christian Parker is what I'm most worried about. Like, I mean, I think he's going to be really good. I don't know. And I think it's, like I said earlier, it's really difficult to anticipate that this defense will be any worse than it was last year. It can only get better. And so from that perspective, it shouldn't be too terribly concerning, but there's such high expectations for what he's building and the vision that he has that if that were to come out during the regular season and he just struggles a ton to adjust to stuff and the growing pains are more intense than you initially expect, that I think is going to be very depleting to a lot of morale. And
no doubt. These are great topic points, man. What will be more so the biggest reason for optimism? And Caleb Downs, we do have heavy optimism. We very optimistic on that, right? And Christian Parker, the only con that you can say with Christian Parker is that he's young and he hasn't done it yet, right? You don't have tangible evidence that he can do it, right? Now, forget all the youth aspect of it, man. People still listen to Tupac, and he haven't lived over a day of the age of 25 and 26, I believe, right? And he's still influencing the world, right? That's Tupac, right? Shoot. There's a guy that walked on water, haven't seen him beyond the age of 34, 35, right? And that's the Messiah, right? So I get it. People will craft opinions around the youth. Bruce Lee. Man, Bruce Lee was a young guy, right? And people still listen to Bruce Lee. Old tapes and wipe on, wax off type of stuff, you know? So I'm not finna put Christian Parker in that box of he can't get it done because he's young, right? What I can say is that with Christian Parker, there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of people speaking for him, right? Current players, former players that played under or coach along with him, they are giving out a lot of flowers to Christian Parker. So my thing is with him, if you look at optimisms, my only thing would be, be like water. Yeah, be like water, you know. How old was Bruce Lee before he passed away, you know, by the way. But neither here nor there. The thing is with Christian Parker is that this is the ultimate wait and see moment, right? This is the ultimate let the cake bake. Now, this is also a time that you have to look at it and say, if it don't start off as fast or as positive as you want it, then this is also a time not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? That's how I got to look at with Christian Parker, you know. But when Schottenheimer said that he's the first one in the building and the last one to leave out of the building, we were not getting all of those things with Matthew Eberflus, right? So by that alone, we gonna be better. Because now you got somebody who's youthful, who's young, and got all of these people speaking positivity about this and that. Then let the cake bake.
And make it feel like, oh, okay, this wasn't just took you a couple weeks to get your legs under you. This is a whole season where you had to figure out how to call a defense. That would be pretty demoralizing, I think, for them. So, yeah, I think that Christian Parker, Caleb Downs, both of those guys are massive encouragements for what they want to do. And at the same time, both of them having not done it before.
Especially when you're starting off, by the way, against the Giants and the Commanders.
I think that's the thing, is that there is a ton to be excited about them, and then also at the same time, because they've never done it before, Parker's never called a defense, Downs is a rookie, and you're talking about those are the two biggest reasons you think things are going to be better this year for people you've never seen do it. That's a lot, and you can even feel confident that it's going to go the right way. It's a little terrifying to lean on your greatest reasons for optimism are things you've never seen before.
No doubt, no doubt. Let's get ready to do the open up the phone lines. But before we go in there, I do like what D Schiff said, by the way, and who is more stuff we're gonna talk about a little later on. But D Schiff says Jerry would rather pay $27 million out of the pocket this year than $35 million signing bonus. This is coming from his own pocket, right? Okay, because the bonuses. From what and Toxic Tom can educate us again on this, and all of those who following the money rules. The NFL allots money for every team, and that's the cap, the salary cap money, right? Now you can still go into your own pocket and disperse your own cash money, right, for bonuses and being able to put in other things as it relates to like incentives and stuff like that. And that doesn't go in, that doesn't come from the money pool that the NFL delivers, right? So if that's how the cash thing works, then yes, Jerry Jones is going to hold on to that last dollar. And let me say this, just to be safe with everything when I'm saying this. Success is subjective. Success is subjective. From our minds, it's been 30 years, 30 seasons of a drought. But within the confines of the 30 years and 30 seasons of a drought, Jerry Jones, outside of the Super Bowls, accumulated a helicopter, a helipad, a $3.5 billion stadium in Arlington, which is one city, in Frisco, a $2.5 billion workout facility, and he secured over, I think it was $500 million to practice in Oxnard, right? That's successful. He got a gold jacket, right? And he's been, of course, entered into the Hall of Fame. So it's been misery for us. And then on top of that, just to add into the fact, in 1997 or 96, 97, he sued the NFL and won a $750 million, I guess, dispute with the NFL for branding naming rights, right? So these are all W's, man. We've been talking about it, been 30 years, 30 seasons, and he's been lining his pockets. You know, his sons, kids don't have to work another day in their life, right? And there's more and more things that's about to happen in the positive for Jerry Jones and the Jones family. So success is subjective. And he took what? $140 million and turned it into, I think the network is going to be north of $13.5 billion. So, oh yeah, and I forgot about his yacht. So in Jerry's mind, someone like us who haven't accumulated $1 million yet, right? He's laughing and keying at us, man. You know, I'm not a multi-millionaire here. You know, I'm like that little gnat that's flying in his face at the barbecue or at the cookout. He's like, get out the way, Law, you know. Enough of us might change his mind, but then again, enough of us, he might just blow some smoke around, and now we all hush for a minute, right? That is who he is. Success is very subjective. When it's time for him to go on the ground, he can literally say, I've turned something into something that nobody ever thought that could happen, right? And I'm Jerry effing Wayne Jones, right? So I'm successful. I'm a 3-time Super Bowl owner and general manager, and nobody can take that away from me. Subjective, unfortunately. But if you driving around Dallas and someone rear ends you and they fool around and T-bone you as well, subjectively speaking or objectively speaking, or all of these objectives, you need to reach out to our proud partners.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first.
Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
No doubt, no doubt. Reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers backed by 100 years of combined experiences here in the great state of Texas. Be sure to reach out to our proud partners if you are in a bind, like what I just mentioned earlier. And on top of that, if you can't, reach out to them via the phone line. That is FrenkelFirm.com. You can always go there. Now, my hotline for your mind on this beautiful Monday, OTA day, is 657-390-7391. All right. I have from the 210 Too Cool UN.
What's good with you, Lo?
Man, all is well, man. What you got for the nation today?
Hey, man. Listen. I know you've been out. I've been out, man. My son just graduated high school in North Carolina last week, so I had to, go do some things down there for him.
Congratulations, man.
Got a full scholarship to Duke
University. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's successful. I can't even say that it's not successful. Subjectively, subjectively, people say success is subjections, right? But that right there is successful, man. Congratulations on that, brother. Appreciate you on that too, by the way, sharing that story.
Hey, so like I'm kind of confused, man. Like, and not really confused. I just say sometimes, man, as Cowboy fans, man, we gotta like pump the brakes a little bit too. It just seems like Jerry kind of moving in a new direction, but it almost seems like Jerry was good enough. Like, for example, when he hired LaFleur last year, everybody was saying that that's a good hire because LaFleur is good with the linebackers, XYZ, yada, 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 right? Right. Which was all baloney because he wasn't good with the linebackers, and linebackers probably was the worst part of the Cowboys defense last year. Would you agree?
Yeah, in the last 4 or 5 years, linebackers been an issue. So that's why we were like, yeah, at least you bring in a linebacker guru guy, right? But to be fair, I'm not trying to – I hate to be fair to Eberflus. He didn't know a few days before kickoff of the season that he'll lose out on Michael Parsons. And the solution far as the linebacker with Kenneth Murray and a guy named Sanborn, who was the backup in Chicago, and the Cowboys didn't make the necessary moves to get some real linebackers in the building. And that was a mislook and a misguidance from Matt Eberflus in the front office because he didn't have the resources.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick. Let me ask you a question, Law. So there's a lot of Cowboys right now. If anybody pay attention next year, that's going to be up for deals. CeeDee Lamb can get a new deal next year. Dak can get a new deal next year. With the George Pickens situation, that's another deal that's going to be there next year. Sam Williams, if he performs, can get a deal next year. Overshown is up for a deal next year. So I kind of tell everybody, man, you kind of got to be like cautious with the moves you're going to make right now, because like I said, Law, to me, the number one position that comes into the NFL and they perform right away since the last 5 years is wide receiver, right? If you could get Jeremiah Smith next year in the first round and you don't sign George Pickens and you let George Pickens go for a second-round pick, would you say, or would you agree or disagree that that's a great move?
Well, you will have to suck a certain type of way to get Jeremiah Smith if he is what is advertised, right? And the Cowboys, if they were going to do that, by the way, they had Lemon right there. They could have just got Lemon and then erased those thought tracks of why would you even need Malachi Law, who's not even signed yet, by the way. You could have went ahead, and if you didn't have the mindset to sign George Pickens, right, you could have just went on ahead and got Caleb Downs. That would have been your defensive guy. And sufficient efficiency enough as far as wide receivers, since it is the most or the easiest transition that you said from the college to the pros. Then you had Lemon right there. You know what I'm saying? You could have just got him.
Yep. But I guarantee you, if Malachi Lemon came out next year, I don't give a hell what nobody say. If Malachi Lemon would have came out next year, he would have probably been the best receiver at seventh best would have been his position. You got Nick Marsh, Cam Coleman, Jeremiah Smith. It's a bunch of freaking dogs coming out next year. Not only is it a bunch of dogs coming out next year at the receiver, go look at the height of all these receivers coming out of college next year. Majority of them 6'2" and taller. Ryan Williams, Coleman Williams at Alabama, to me, is a better receiver than Malachi Lawrence. Jeremiah Smith, better than not Malachi Lawrence, but Lemon, right? Yeah. I just say we gotta be cautious, and we just gotta let Jerry do what he's doing right now, man. Because like I feel like we keep rushing it, and we keep down my pay. I think what we need to be doing right now is looking for a true number two running back versus worried about these contracts right now. Because again, let's just say they go to the Super Bowl, Dak gonna ask for more money. If he get them to the Super Bowl, he asking for more money.
Man, if we go to the Super Bowl, I would start a GoFundMe account and say, hey, Dak, pay Dak this, man. I give him my $4 out of my back pocket right now. Yeah, I think a third of everybody in the chat will give all what they can if you fool around and see that Dak Prescott up in the Super Bowl. You know, that would be crazy. But I'm not mentioning Super Bowl. That's you. You know. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like that's why I said we just gotta be cautious, man, because again, let's just say Overshown. Overshown is another example. Let's just say Overshown go out there and get 15 sacks. Just hypothetically speaking, I ain't saying he's gonna do it, but he go out there and get 15 sacks. Are you gonna pay him as the highest paid linebacker in the National Football League just because he's due for a contract versus all the years prior to him getting 15 sacks?
Man, if Overshown getting 15 sacks, by the time he on his fifth sack, I'm picking up the phone and saying, hey, let's go ahead and work this deal out. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and extend whatever we need to do. There's the thing, though. It's always risk versus reward. And as a player or as the Cowboys, they have to foresee those things and be able to jump in early from their talent acquisitions. Or it's just like finances, right? It's like forecasting. You should be able to forecast a certain thing and say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and set aside funds and get this guy done now so that you don't have these things. The type and kind of caliber of contract that JSN got should have been the kind of caliber of contract that, to a degree, that CeeDee Lamb had. But they had to wait 5 years before they start negotiating with CeeDee Lamb. At some point, the Cowboys should have acknowledged that this CeeDee Lamb is who they drafted, and they should have gave him an extension within the confines of his third year and going into his fourth. But the Cowboys didn't do that. They waited too late. Now that's why they had to pay so high for CeeDee Lamb. But hold tight. I got a super chat. Hold tight right quick. All right, now I'm gonna read that super chat later, but go ahead. I learned how to turn it off. But go ahead. Talk to me.
But we that's an assumption. That's not a fact, right? Because again, like Jamar Chase came in the year after CeeDee Lamb. Jefferson came in the year the same draft with CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
When you look at Jefferson, look at Jefferson's contract, because Jefferson got a deal before CeeDee Lamb got a deal. So regardless of what Jerry did with that deal, I'm not gonna sign. And then Justin Jefferson, that's after me, got a better deal, and I'm not gonna sign for $28 million. When you look at Chase, Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb, their contracts all hover around the exact same amount of money.
But here's the thing, though. CeeDee Lamb, unfortunately, when they very first started to talk about contract extensions, he would have been in that room of 27 to 29, maybe close to $30 million. He couldn't ask for 35 to 36 or whatever Jay Jetta was getting. He couldn't even ask for that. Why? It's because he didn't get that number until the 6th or the 7th week of the season. I think it was 2023, right? He couldn't even ask for that, because that's when he started to turn it up. Before that time frame, CeeDee Lamb was considered slot merchant, right? All of this other stuff, negative connotations. The Cowboys, if they were wise, they could have jumped on that contract really early. There was no pushback from his camp. And if they were to sign him before that stretch of game that he showed up unbelievably, then we wouldn't even be having this conversation. That's all I'm trying to point out. That the Cowboys kind of slowly drag their feet with it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. And Seabass asking, what's the point? The point is, man, everybody wants the Cowboys to just keep spending money. Let's just say they sign Pickens to $37 million, right? We don't go to the Super Bowl. What's the point of having two receivers over $34 million and a quarterback sitting at $60 million and you can't get to the Super Bowl? All I'm saying is that when it comes to receivers, I would rather have a high-paid receiver on my squad and go into the draft, if possible, and draft somebody with blue blood.
Well, I get what you said, but at the end of the day, for your own argument, and by the way, they're asking, is your son going to law school at Duke, or what is he doing?
No, engineering. He's going to be an engineer.
Mechanical?
He graduated high school with an associate degree in engineering.
Okay. What part of engineering? Just because engineering.
He don't even know yet. His mind is unmade up right now when it comes to it. He just got a ride for.
He got a full ride. He's out of daddy's pockets for a second. I feel you, man. So
yeah.
Chemical. Okay. So that's what's it, man. Shout out to your son. But let me ask you this. You said if the Cowboys give GP $37 million now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they offer him that, I think that his camp and his people probably have a little pushback, but I think that they will settle right at 38-40, right? So if next year, and I know this is a big if he put up the same numbers that he did last year, what should be his asking price?
I give him 37.
No. If he put up again, I'm talking about he go through this year again and he put up 9 touchdowns, 1,400 yards. You think he gonna ask for 37, 38?
No, I'm giving him 37, 38. What people don't understand is this: if CeeDee Lamb doesn't get injured those 4 games, I can almost make an argument that he don't have 1,400 yards. Right? All they saying is do it again, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, that's proven talent." You cannot sit here and tell me if we could have got Tyrone McMillan last year and we don't get George Pickens, that Tyrone McMillan couldn't have came in here last year and did the exact same thing as a rookie. All I'm saying is that when it comes to receivers coming to the league, the receivers are the most ready position. Receiver is the most ready position to replace somebody versus going out there trying to get a defensive end, a linebacker, a safety, or quarterback. Those are a hard position to replace. Yeah. However, receiver is the easiest. There's going to be 10 receivers in the first round next year. Mark my words, Lo.
Well, we will all see, man. I appreciate for calling in, Chief.
Hey, brother, keep doing what you're doing, man. How about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That's my guy. Too cool for school, man. From the 210, it's a risk. If I'm signing, and if you guys can't hear the audio, go out, come back in, and clear your cache and make sure that you get off of some of them sites, man, that y'all be on, man. Yeah, get off them sites, man. I got D Shift and then I got Toxic Tom. Hold tight. D Shift from the 409. What's on your mind, man? What you got for me?
Hey, first off, Law, I want to just kind of expound on my comment that you read out.
Okay.
And that's just knowing the Joneses to be as frugal as they are, bro. I can totally see a scenario where Jerry Jones is looking at this year and saying, all right, the signing bonus got to come out of my pocket. That's always been my biggest thing. Like, why don't you sign and save on a salary cap? And I knew there was something that had to be in it for the Joneses. Like, because it's like, all right, if you can save on the salary cap by extending the contract, why would you put all this money into guaranteed money into 1 year with the $27 million franchise tag? Well, when I looked at it, what was outlined was the fact that, all right, one is, it's a prove it kind of thing. There's leverage, right, when you put on the franchise tag. But when you got to pay that signing bonus right out of pocket, right, even when we looked at the Dak situation, like what the signing bonus for a quarterback is versus what he got, in the franchise. I mean, the Joneses, man, they have a history of kind of, when Jerry bought the oil rig, right, he ain't had that money to spend. When he bought the Cowboys, he didn't have that money to spend, So, I mean, he's trying to pay for him, as you said, his son, his grandsons. So when you talk about being able to save $8 million this year, not in salary cap money, I'm talking about $8 million coming from his pocket.
His pocket money,
yeah.
And sometimes, million. We know how much billions are billions, right? And millions are considered like dog food money to some of these guys. And $8 million, he could probably lose $8 million in his couch, right? He have enough leverage with assets that he got to reach out to a bank and say, send me $300 million, right? And I think the banks won't even say, no, let's look at this and look at that, because his name alone on things can give him money. So it's just so hard-fetched, man, to look at Jerry and say he's rich poor. And I get your angle. It's just hard for me to fathom, But I get the whole we need to save money and the frugalness of Jerry and all of that. But at this point, man, he's 90,000 years old, man. At some point you got to jump into this and say, hey, I'm willing to do anything impossible to win, right? I mean, he needed at this point. He don't have the years. Go ahead.
How many grandkids he got, Law?
Man,
how many grandkids he got? How many?
In the words of Tom Brady, F them kids, man. We try to. I know, right? I know what you're saying, though. Yeah.
That's a townhouse. That's one of their Lamborghinis for this year. That's a Christmas present, Yeah. And, he's gonna love his family more than he loves, what's going on with GP this year or what's going on with us thinking. And that's my only explanation to it, man, because for a long time it was like, why don't he sign these long-term contracts? I know there's some way that the Joneses are winning by doing this franchise tag versus signing these long-term contracts. Because like you said, on the forefront of it, all right, cool, they save him and they can extend in the salary cap. I mean, I just looked at what CD's old deal was like. It was like $38 million for the signing bonus or something like that, and it was like $1 million of it went to the salary cap that year, right?
Yeah. But
that's still $38 million he paid out of his pocket versus again being able to. That's $10-11 million, like, and I think they just the amount of money that you just said they got a yacht, they got a helicopter, they got stadiums and all kind of things they're paying on.
Yep.
And I think just as a budgeting tactic for them and the bills that they got to pay as like real people, I think just every penny, nickel, and dime that they're adding up, what I'm saying? They're looking for ways to go year to year and save their own monny.
Yeah.
So I honestly think that's the biggest thing that that's why their philosophy is what it is. Like they're looking at like Law, if you can make a move right now to save yourself $80-$90. I mean, I'm sure you're pretty well off, Law. You know what I mean? I'm sure you ain't. I'm sure Law got a little cake. No. But at the same token, there's times in your life where even though you can afford it, you look at a deal like, oh yeah, I'll save myself $1,000 right now by going with this roofing company versus this roofing company. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever you've had to do that on like Law can afford it, right? Law got the money to do it, and I'm not defending them, but for me it just has racked up so long. And I say just dealing with this ownership and who these people are. Like I say, with Jerry mismanaging his money, almost going and broke, buying the Cowboys and all that. I think there's just that's the tactic overall. Is I'd rather save myself $10 million out of my own pocket by putting this franchise tag versus opening up the salary cap so where we can go afford to buy other people who we then have to pay big signing bonuses to. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, D-Ship, man. I appreciate you for calling in, man. Yeah.
And also, Law, just one quick thing, man. I wanted to also outline for this defense. Just kind of, I had chatted, you know, how could having an elite, because I believe we got a top 3 safety tandem, and I think we got a top 3 defensive tackle tandem in the NFL right now. Okay. And so I chatted that, right?
Right. What's that?
And so what ChatGPT tells me, man, is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
With the effects of just the interior pressure, and just how they can have basically a top. They could probably have a top 10 to top 5 NFL defense when you put that in. So that's something, man, if you want to go look at, man, and just see how the tackles and safeties are going to like impact this defense, and it gets you a little optimistic, man. So that's all I have for the show, bro. Appreciate everything you do.
Appreciate you. That's D-Shift, man. That's D-Shift, y'all. With that being said, I got to read this super chat right here. I don't have Jerry Jones money, by the way. I need the kind that fold over here to get me out to the beautiful state of California and Oxnard, okay? All right, so it says this tag may be more like the Tony. No intent to sign Pickens to a long-term deal, just want to ride it out and collect a 3rd round draft pick. This is from KingFly318. Appreciate you and thank you for your support in everything that you do. Yes, indeed. Now sometimes, you know, there have been situations whereas, you know, I'm not Jerry Jones, right? And I'm not even recognizable as Jerry Jones. But if I know that I can walk into certain businesses and get a free sandwich, you know, I know Jerry Jones can walk into certain banks, certain buildings, and get free stuff. It's just crazy. Once you reach a certain level of, let's say this correctly, fame, like Jerry, he can walk into probably any car lot that's in Dallas and say, I want that one. And it's crazy how life works. They'll give him the car for free, right? And us common folks had to make payments and notes and stuff like that. So Jerry do have that capability in Dallas, right? Because that car lot can say, this is the car lot that Jerry Jones trusts the most, right? It's free advertisement and marketing for them. So yeah, give it to him freely, right? They have built that. They shouldn't be worried about losing any type of money. If they win, if they just go back to the Super Bowl, they will bust Texas wide open. And we will all tell them to bring it back, right? You know, bust it wide open. And I tell them, bring it back. Yeah. Because the state of Texas would be like, yes. That's why I say Spurs in 6. I know all of the Knicks fans that's here, that's watching. I love y'all that's on the Cowboys side, but I got to have the great state of Texas, even though I can't stand the Spurs like that, but I got to root for the less of evil. And let's go Spurs in 6, right? Because that just benefits everything. Watch and look at how much San Antonio grew, even with the legacies of them winning with Tony Parker and them. You get what I'm saying? So if you win, you're going to get more and more money, more and more resources. I got from the 717, you're live. Talk to Tom on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Law? Did you have a good weekend, man?
Man, it was good.
Memorial Day.
It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good.
Happy to hear that, man. To answer D-Shift's questions, really good questions, by the way. And he was asking what's the payoff for the Joneses not to extend people?
Right.
To keep it like at this point right here, D-Shift, if you're still here, think of it like this. A lot of people get hung up on the salary cap, and what really, like I've said before, really matters to these owners is cash. And just like anywhere in business, cash is king.
Right.
You have Allen. I'm going to compare him to Alec Pierce, a guy who just had a breakout season and got paid a long-term deal, versus George Pickens, who just had a breakout season and did not get paid. When Alec Pierce signed his contract, he was guaranteed at signed, I believe, like $60 million. So the Indianapolis Colts had to put $60 million in an escrow account. If anyone doesn't know what that is, never bought a house, it is a third-party account that you have to transfer that fund within a specific amount of time. So right there that day, the Indianapolis Colts ownership is out $60 million cash. So don't even worry about the cap. George Pickens, on the other hand, is due $26 million. Would you rather pay a guy one day $60 million or $26 million? It's that simple.
Yeah.
So then you go into year two. Prices are going to go up. You see a guy like there who's going to get another wide receiver deal. And let's say the guaranteed at signing is $70 million. And instead, you're going to pay George Pickens $32 million. What the Joneses are looking at this, and ownership is looking at this, they're looking at the cash, because most owners have other ventures that are going on. That's why the Bengals are one of the cheapest teams in the entire NFL, is because they make their money primarily through the NFL. They're a legacy ownership. The Rooneys are another example. And if you look at other owners, they have their money tied up in tons of other things. Hence, Jerry has a publicly traded stock. You can see per the SEC how much money and cash Jerry Jones is putting into Comstock. So you want to know where his money's going. Point of this conversation is this. When you really comes down to anything in the NFL, cash is king.
Facts.
And the good owners that want to win can spend money. It's called cash over cap. Now, over to Too Cool, what he was saying. I'm not sure why fans are so hesitant about paying, because if you really want to make it work, you really can. Stan Kroenke is the owner of the Rams.
Right.
The amount of cash that he is constantly pumping in to his team, and he can sign people because he knows that he has a limited period of time with an MVP quarterback at his quarterback, we're telling Matthew Stafford. And when people say, well, the bill comes due, you need to think of it as a credit card that the limit keeps rising every single year.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a stagnant pot. You can keep doing these things, and you have to take advantage of this, because you can easily, and people will say dead cap is bad, the Miami Dolphins are front-loading a bunch of dead cap because they realize their window is closed, they got rid of all their guys, and then now they're just going to front-load dead cap to clear out their cap, and now their cash spending has already been done. Point of it is, it's a very fluid situation. So to act like that we can't afford, the cap is about as restrictive, about as cheap as your ownership is. If you really want to spend money, like the Eagles and them, you absolutely can. And the last thing I'll say is, when it comes to the draft, I will take a guy like George Pickens. I want proven talent.
Yeah.
Sure, there have been guys that come out and you go, wow, he looks like he can't be a not miss. I remember Justin Blackmon, Charles Rogers, Kevin White, Troy Williamson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Corey Davis, Kevin White. I mean, there's a list of dudes who came out and were top 10 picks. It's all speculation. I want proven talent. You can't tell me for certain that Williams out of Ohio State is going to be an all-pro wide receiver. I know George Pickens is, and that is why you pay that kind of money. And that is why, if you want something good in life and you need something that's specialized, you're going to pay top dollar for it, because that's what it takes to get what you need to get. So I just don't think that we should be looking at this as, we can't afford these good players. You should look at it as, man, we have all these good players on our team. We need to find a way, or the Joneses need to swallow their pride and pay for it if they want to keep it. Because for every Ryan Williams out there, there's going to be a bunch of first-round busts.
Man.
And the last thing I'll say is, A lot of people get hung up on draft picks. The best commodities in the NFL are proven NFL players. That is what everyone wants. You all have a great day.
Man, that was murder hero. Murder hero. He did his research, man. And appreciate you too, Cool, for the Alec Pierce 4-year, $114 million, $28 million APY. So you got caught up in the APY again. Let me pull up this contract again, bro. Let me pull up this contract. On top of that, I'm going to pull up the numbers that don't even make the justifications for said 84. Write this number down. $84 million guaranteed. If you woke up today and you said to yourself, as a football player, would you rather have $28 million again to prove it? Or would you rather wake up with $84 million and still got to prove it? Give me the 84. But this is what he did. Alex Pierce signed a $60 million guarantee. If he get hit by a bus checking the mailbox, he going to receive $60 million. 14 of that is 2028 fully guaranteed. So he gets $60 million now for 2026 and 2027, and then he will receive $14 million in 2028. Now, based upon how my guy Toxic Tom was able to dissect this, look at how he get the $84 million. He only had one season with 1,000 yards. One season with 1,000 yards. I don't even have to look up George Pickens' stat line for your mind to even contextualize the fact, because in 2022, the kid, Alex Pierce, only received 41 receptions for 593 yards, and then in 2023, he received 32 catches, 514 yards. In 2024, he received 37 catches. He only caught the ball 37 times for 824 yards. And then just last season, he caught the ball. He caught it for 47 times, and he receiving 1,000 yards. He barely got to 1,000 yards, by the way. And he goes into the National Football League with $84 million. Whereas George Pickens were receiving more and more yards, more and more opportunities from a guy with small hands. And he had a guy named Justin Fields trying to throw him the ball at one time. He had Sierra husband, I forgot his name, throwing him the ball. And finally, when he got Rain Dakota Prescott, oh my God, there's people right now asking, who is Alex Pierce? You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I can't make this stuff up. But if you George Pickens, hold on. If you George Pickens and you talking about contract negotiation and you said to yourself, I'm only getting $28 million, and this brother right here, he's getting $84 million, and he just got 1,000 yards his first time ever. Come on, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. What they doing there?
Yeah, on paper.
Stop crying about how much you gotta pay me. You better pay me, Jerry. You better pay me. Look at what this dude is getting, you know? Come on, man. This is not fair. This is not right, man. Come on, man. At the end of the day, whatever analysis that we can point out and pull up, it's time to pay my guy, George Pickens. Because now, if Alex Pierce got $84 million off of those Costco sample sizes, right? And George Pickens, even without a quarterback, had better stats and accolades than Alex Pierce. Now, you finna go back into the season with Dak Prescott? I'm gonna say this. The negotiation standpoint for the nation got to start north of $84 million. So at the end of the day,
stop crying about what went wrong.
You better pay George Pickens. Hey, George, George, hey, send me by like $5 million because I will make sure you get north of 84. And I'm not even your damn agent over here. You know, I got to make sure you get at least 100, you know, because that's what the numbers say. Because there's no way that you can contextualize and point out that just because George Pickens is late for a few meetings, I'd rather be a late George Pickens than an on-time Alec Pierce because he's not delivering the numbers and the kind of accolades that George Pickens can do. And that's just for what it is. The Cowboys better wake up and
stop crying about what went wrong
and pay some Pickens around here, man, because I got my brother from another mother, Tyreek from that 585, keeping it live. What you got for me, man? Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Law Nation?
Not much, man. What you got for the show today, man?
First of all, what's up, Cowboy Nation? Yeah, what I got for the show is this, man. We know that these Joneses be penny pinching, man.
Yeah.
But they do it at the wrong damn time. Other teams are paying their superstars, and if the superstars not happy, they get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's why I look at it like this, man. With this whole A.J. Brown, you got to look at your enemies, too, and how they be rolling over there. Now, if these dudes find some kind of way to get Myles Garrett on this team, on their team, I'm disappointed with the Cowboys because we could have tried it a little bit harder to get Max Crosby on this team. And I think that we should be definitely keeping an eye on those cats over there because we got to play them 2 times out the year, and we might have to play them in the playoffs. And I do not want to see them dudes become a juggernaut because the Jones family want to be on some cheap shit and don't want to be making their players happy to come play for us, to play with us and go get certain players, superstar players to come to this team and show out.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things we've been lacking on defense for a minute. But other than that, Law, I just don't like the fact that I just kind of recently found out like how Jerry did the league, as far as Nike and Pepsi that did back in the day. And I feel like we're still living through that.
Yeah, we still living through that because I think somebody did the inflation numbers. $750 million to sue and win against the NFL. They looking for that money back, you know. And that happened in 96, 97. We haven't been to the championship game since then. So a part of me is like, look, hey NFL, come on, man. Y'all tend to hose us, but I don't want the narrative on my show to be like it's the only reason why we lose is because of the aficionados in the NFL. But it's got to be a piece of it because if somebody took $5 from me, I'm going to always remember, you know. If somebody took $10, $20 from me, I'm going to always remember that person. Jerry took $750 million. Somebody needs to see how much that is modern day time because that's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. Yeah.
Exactly, man. And then at the same time, too, you know the NFL hold grudges because anytime that a player sues teams and wins money, they blacklisted out of the league. Let's look at Kaepernick. He got blacklisted. Only reason Jerry didn't get blacklisted because he's an owner, and they still want to try to get him too. So my thing is like this: why what boggles my mind about this about our organization is we can have a sorry season, we can be bad, and still have a harder schedule than some of these winning teams. I feel like the jig is like you know what I mean. I feel like it's in on us. Then at the same time too, we do be getting like a lot of phantom calls. So that's what be making me mad with the Jones family. It's like, dude, you know y'all got a target on y'all back. Y'all should be trying to make these teams damn near Teflon. So whatever the league throw at us, we able to bounce back, man. And I feel like sometimes they don't do that. They want to go the cheap route instead of putting this real money on something and getting a real superstar team in here. Let's try to make a run while we still got a quarterback in his prime.
Yeah.
That's where I feel like the Jones family is messing up at. They know that they got a target on their back. They know that the league is against them.
Yeah.
Like you said, the league wants some of that money back.
Yeah.
So I don't feel sorry for the Jones. I don't feel sorry for them dudes, man. They don't want to put a winning team together and let everybody else around us put a winning team together. I feel like that falls on the organization more than the league.
No
That's
doubt,
just me.
man.
That's what I think.
Appreciate you,
but
man.
I still want us to win. So, all right.
Yes,
Peace.
indeed, man. That's my guy, Tariq, man. Great point, and I found that article. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. Feel free to read on your personal time. And it could have been 700, 750. It was a lot of money, man. Shoot, if I had $50 million since the 90s, man, I'll be a well-off person, man. I'll be a well-off person. So I want to, like Jerry, could you just take that 700? I was reading a report. If you took $1,000 and invested it in Amazon in 1998, right now, that $1,000 would be at $3.5 million. I said, damn, man, I wish I had $1,000 in 98. Jeez. Man, I'll be sitting right now. If y'all are sitting right now, there's a link that's on the bottom of my scroller right here. Feel free to support the nation, man. We take Cash App, PayPal, and on top of that, we take all kinds of funds and remuneration to help a nation out over here. So be sure to help a brother out, HBO me. But yes, let's get the next caller on. I got from the 530 AJG. You're live in the nation, man. Talk to me, man.
Hey, what's good, Law? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you well, man. Talk to me, man. What you got for me?
I just got one comment and one question regarding the running back situation.
Okay.
Maffa and Blue obviously haven't really shown us anything or had a chance to, and Malik Davis, I don't feel like he can pass protect good enough to be like a full-time second guy. And so who would you rather bring in, like a James Conner like they've been talking about, Joe Mixon, or a Tony Pollard?
All right. Out of all of that list, give me James Conner and Tony Pollard. The Mixon angle will be pretty much more, because I think he had some trouble stuff that happened recently, too, again. So I don't know if that can flow well. You know, the NFL is after us. So I'll bring Tony Pollard back for a cup of coffee, but it will be Conner first, because I like the bruiser mentality. I like that mindset. I like what he can do behind a Clayton Adams system.
But is he too much similar to Javonte, the way his style is, or no?
Yeah, I would keep their similarities, because there's no proof that Javonte can give us back-to-back good, healthy seasons, even though, you know, I don't want to put that on him. I would rather, and I know we got Phil Maffa, and I know that we high on him, but give me a veteran guy that can keep some of that identity, because, in my opinion, we need that physicality. We don't need finesse stuff. And I'm not calling Tony Pollard finesse, but that Miami game when we was at that one still haunts me. And I don't think that we would have anybody on this roster that have experiences like a Williams or like a James Conner that can give us that 1 yard when we need it. And that's why I would want Conner over TP. I would take both, but give me Conner over TP.
Real quick, while speaking on that 1 yard thing, I'm thinking we put Hunter Lupke at running back and we put Quinnen Williams at fullback and just go straight up the middle.
Yo, if that happens again, yeah. Heck yeah. I think that Clayton Adams got a unique way of calling plays that even if that happens, that wouldn't happen, right? That we would figure out a way to punch it in at the one. But this is what my calls to pause with the Cowboys. We were ranked in top 10 or top 5 in every offensive category last year. But in special teams, we were ranked, not special team, but red zone, we were ranked 17th. So that got to improve. And the Cowboys can't regress to that point, but we can get better at that point. And I hope that they figure out ways to get better in special team. I mean, not special team, but red zone.
Red zone.
Yeah, for some reason I'm thinking special team. But appreciate you, man. Anything else you got for the show?
Nah, DC for life, Law. Have a good one.
You as well, man. That's my guy, AJG. Man, good call from him. And you guys give me what I'm saying. Like TP, he's been on this team. I know he's more a finesse guy. He's not a physical running back. But, with TP, you can utilize a lot. You can put him in the slot. You can run him on end arounds. And I think he got some of that burst and speed still here with him. I wouldn't mind him coming back with the silver and blue. It'd be kind of weird without seeing him with 20, but bring him on, you know. And I would recommend the Cowboys to go with Conner first. And anytime you run with authority like him, I would love to see that. here's the other thing, and I'm being 1,000 with y'all. I get tired and fed up and upset seeing my boys being soft, right? Pause if necessary. But we have been one of the softest teams in the National Football League, right? We've been such a finesse team on offense and defense that I'm tired of that bullshit. I want us to be physical. I want us to, after they played us, even if they win, they be like, damn, we battered and bruised. They lose the next week. I want us to have that on the table, man. I got the next caller from the 206, my brother from another mother. Shout out to you, MJ in the building. What's good with you, man?
What's up, Law? How you doing, brother?
All is well, man. Can't complain, Chief. What you got for the show today?
Oh, man, just listen to everybody. You know, I won't mind Pickens get signed, but I'm not even, you know, I ain't worrying about that no more. I just waiting for the team to play, and what happened, what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Que sera. Yeah.
If everybody keep worrying about the contracts and all this.
Stop crying!
Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have a heart attack. So I done gave up that.
What you got?
Yeah.
Hush your mouth over there. Hush your mouth.
Stop crying!
Yeah.
Stop.
I need to rearrange my buttons on this pad now. I need to have them buttons right beside each other. Yeah, go ahead.
Everybody talking about Pickens this, Pickens. Man, I'm tired of hearing about Pickens. My focus is on my defense. You know me and you, Law. We defensive people. I want my defense. You know what? How you boys say my quarterback?
It's my quarterback.
Defense. I want my defense. My defense be, man, that Baltimore defense that won that Super Bowl. But was it different? Man, come on. Holding people to 14 points, 17. Boy, you win the Super Bowl. That's all I'm worried about. You know, Dak, if he get a dangerous receiver, he make any receiver look good, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
So Pickens is a beast. I love Pickens. But if he be gone next year, I'm not going to cry. Thank you, Pickens, for a good year, but I'm still going to be a Cowboy fan because we always going to find another receiver. Cowboys just be lucky. But that quarterback we got is making the receivers look good. And what's making them other receivers good is that I told y'all, it's 3 receivers coaches that's top. Ohio State, he's still at Ohio State. We got number 2 from Oregon. He with the Cowboys. And then you got the Washington Huskies for bringing up all the receivers.
Yes, indeed.
You see what I'm saying, Law?
But in closing, what else you got in closing?
In closing, man, I see you in the camp. And, man, let's start whooping his butt.
Appreciate you.
Cowboys?
How about it, man? Hopefully I can see you next month, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. All right, Oxnard is next month, believe it or not. How about that, y'all? So we're going to start our Oxnard fund, man, and help me get out there. I got from the 607, then I got Hoodie Kush, hold tight. But from the 607, DJ, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, my brother.
Yo, what's good, Law? Yo, I like that dude. You got to get these people off your show that don't know what to talk. This dude talking about Alex Pierce. Yo, you know one thing he forgot? He wants us to pay. You forget attitude. Do we want Pickens, Detroit Lions, all over again? Like, come on. There's a reason Jerry said, yo, we're not paying you, bro. We're going to, you know what? Let's play another season. Let's do it. Dak talked to him, man. Dak said, yo, listen, do your thing. You're going to get paid. It's simple as that. He signed the contract. Go to camp. You don't get a camp, you're fine. I'm only saying this now because I believe in Dak. Dak is a top 5 quarterback. Before, like a couple years ago, didn't believe it. Dak can win us games by himself now. Simple as that. And our defense is going to hold us. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll be able to get off the field now. We can talk now. Our defense is back. We can talk that shit now. So you know what? I can't wait. I just wanted this season to start, Law. That's all. I'm saving all my talk for the season, bro. So, you know what? Stop talking this GP talk. He's signed. He's coming. If he doesn't come, he's getting fined. There's nothing to talk about. He's not getting a deal. Put another 1,400 up, 10 touchdowns. You're not leaving Dallas. I'll put my life on that. DC for life, Law.
Okay, appreciate you, man. That's my guy right there, DJ. That's my DJ. While we was talking, I got 2 developing news that's happening around the corner. First developing news is that, and it's neither here nor there, but we do have this.
Oh my God!
Hold on. Here, where my button at? Shakes. Breaking news. There's goes this information right here. The New York Fighting Giants will have Odell Beckham back with the J-Man. And oh my God, what a fellowship. What a joy, great divine, leaning on the everlasting arm. Yes, because you know what's going to happen. Oh, come on, George Pickens. Come on, CD Lamb. Oh, my gosh, come on, baby. I'm going to, where my music at? Come on. Yes, indeed, baby. Praise be. Yes. He is able unto him. Yes. Who's able to keep us from falling. I'm looking for revenge. Come on, baby. Put Odell Beckham out there for week 1. Oh my goodness. I love this. Oh my goodness, I love it. Yes. I'm looking for revenge. I cannot believe it. Yes. Why, Law? Because when CD Lamb lined up, oh my God, I can just see it right now. Oh yeah. And then he runs out there and he catches this beautiful ball. And now when the Giants, they're going to try to replicate it, and they're going to put Odell Beckham out there with the blue and that NY on the helmet. And I see Caleb Downs just like right there in his face. And I'm sitting here looking at it like, oh, you think this finna be the shootout that you think? Yes. I can see right now, Caleb Downs. Matter of fact, keep the 13 now, Caleb Downs, because I think that Odell gonna have 13. And when Jackson Dart, when he drops back and he try to throw that ball, it's gonna go to the wrong 13, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Hey, Jackson Dart gonna be trying to throw. He gonna throw it to the wrong African American. Yeah.
Please come home.
What we got?
I got beans and
bologna. It's gonna be nice for us, man. Come on, I can't wait. Matter of fact, I think even Rebel gonna get an INT. You get an INT. Kobe Durant gonna get an INT. Durant, my man, gonna blend them boys up, man. I can't wait, man. Put him out there on the field, man. Hey, Giants!
Stop crying
about what went wrong.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Hush that mouth over there. Hush it.
Stop crying!
Hush all that over there. Hush it. All right. In other developing news, we also hear the news that's more important to the Cowboys. that it's been reported that the Cowboys, Eagles, Rams, get out the way. Eagles, Rams are showing trade interest in Myles Garrett. Now, Cleveland appears more willing to even discuss Garrett blockbuster post June 1st, but could require a maximum haul of 3 first-round picks to get the negotiation escalated. I'm trying my best not to talk about this topic matter because I don't want to outspeak my wisdom teeth. But I will say this with this particular news. F them picks, and what do they want outside of 3 first-round draft picks? Because we do have a guy that's on this team that we probably can work out and try to get some things going. And I'm not saying George Pickens is trade bait. But, man, if you giving me the opportunity, and don't shank me with the butter knife, that I can take away one of them first-round draft picks and say we give you a 2 first-round draft pick and a possible another player, then we can probably work something out. You know what I'm saying? F them picks, man. I'm trying to win it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. 3 is a little spicy. 3 is a little spicy. Maybe you have to work out something. Wherever we have a surplus at and they need, we might can start working in on that. But for one thing, I'm really looking at it like, come on, Cleveland. Don't y'all need Jake Ferguson? Come on, Cleveland. Don't y'all really need, I would, believe it or not, Malachi Law, hey, you want to go to Cleveland? I'll throw in Malachi Law. He's still young, okay, yeah. 2 first-round draft. Some way we got to figure out a way. That's all I'm saying. Let me let the next caller on the line, man. I appreciate y'all so much for holding it tight. I got 484 and then 323. Hold tight. 484 Hoodquavius, man. You live on the nation, man. Talk to me, man. Cushington.
What's the deal? What's the deal with you, Law?
Not much, man.
Just preparing for this week's OTAs, Underwear Olympics. We're really not going to see much. Everything everybody's talking about right now is pure speculation. I want to put a pin in something. This George Pickens thing. Aren't we paying him 27 point something million dollars right now for just this 1 year?
Yeah. You're paying them 27.3.
Okay, and it's June 1st, right? So that means we have 45 days. Who's to say that we don't pull a Derwin James and just offer him a contract without anybody hearing it? You know what I'm saying? Like, this offseason has been extremely quiet. There's been no drama, knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? And what drama could have been was pretty much silenced when George decided he wanted to sign his franchise tag. So when we talking about George Pickens, the Cowboys need to sign him. They don't care about money. Or if they care too much about money, they penny pinch here and penny pinch there. The way that this offseason is shaked out, I don't give a damn about what they penny pinch. I have zero, as a fan, content creator, whatever else you want to call me, I have no control over what the front office does. I have no control over what the players do. If George shows up, he shows up. If he doesn't, that's on him. That's money coming out of his 27 point something million dollars. So that's on him. But us as fans, we have to understand that it's a two-way street here. The only way a deal gets done with between the Cowboys and George Pickens, or the Cowboys and insert name, is if the Cowboys and insert name come to an agreement. Obviously, that agreement hasn't been come to, besides the franchise tag. Okay. I just want to kill that narrative right there. Now, the next thing I have is more of a question for you. You posted something this morning. Romello Brinson. wide receiver out of SMU. What you know about him?
He got some short area quickness, not a lot of top speed, high point the ball. He's athletic. He is I believe, nephew of Ocho Cinco, or related to Ocho Cinco to a capacity. So that dude brings in some bloodline stuff. But outside of that, he will be an undrafted guy, and hopefully he'll fight for a role in his team. I got Jordan Hudson over him. I think that's the situation that Hudson is more of a nuanced route runner, bigger target wide receiver. You got Camden Brown. So it's a very, very difficult room to win over. But if he has some sponsors in the building, then that's good. But it's a long shot for him. I will be shooting for practice squad if I'm him. But at the end of the day, no one knows the outcome of it outside of you. You got to be able to get in there and fight for that role, which I like. Talent is talent.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was just interested. Of course, you saw what I posted under it. Somewhat of a prototype that I saw. I just wanted to get your view on it. Tell me what you thought. So.
Oh, you talking about? So that was you that said he's a prototype of like a George Pickens.
He definitely looks like a prototype. He's not George. There are no other George Pickens in this world. There are no other CD Lambs in this world. But when you're talking about archetype, prototype, he kind of gives off that a little bit.
Yeah. Temu off-brand version for right now. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right, that's all I really wanted, Law. You already know, man. This your boy Hoodie Kush with the Basement Boys presents Kush and the Cowboys Smoke Hour. You can find me on YouTube, X. I don't do much. I'm going back full force. Got my studio set up. My little home office set up. So I'm trying to do some things a little bit cleaner instead of just being on my work computer. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man. Keep at it, man. You got it, brother. Appreciate you.
You already know. You be safe. You heard?
Yes, indeed, man. That's my guy, Hood Quavius Cushiton from the Cushites. And I get it. There's been a lot of people, man. I remember Harold Miner back in the days, man. Oh, that's Baby Jordan. You know what I'm saying? That's Michael Jordan, And he is far from Mike, I remember all of these storylines of people always looking for the next great, right? SGA is supposed to be like Kobe, but he don't have that mentality. He's a flopper, and I don't know. Wemby may be probably the next face of the NBA if he continue to do his thing, right? There's so many outcomes of possibilities when you look at talent and you try to see talent and say, okay, yeah, this talent's going to be this and that, but we never know. But Romello, hopefully Romello Brinson can find his way on his team and figure out a way to make an impact. And we've seen it, this is the team of land of opportunities. Brandon Aubrey, he wasn't drafted. Look at him, right? All-star kicker. Kevontae Turpin, look at him, right? Undrafted. And then we got names and legacies. Drew Pearson, Tony Romo, all of these undrafted guys, man, they can do things. Bronny got Bronny literally got LeBron James genes and blood in him, right? And he ain't even a tenth of what LeBron James is. So I feel you on that, right? So sometimes we can only hope, right? Yeah. Nobody like Kobe. Nobody like Jordan. Right. From the 3, 2, 3. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Brother Law Nation, man, it's your boy that's snapping the pictures out in Oxnard, man. What's up with you?
My God, man, appreciate you, man. I hope to see you next month, man. If all say the same.
Yeah, man, I'm about to be out there, man. I'm be streaming every day from inside the camp.
Okay.
And everything had a whole setup, man. It's about to go down, man. We finally gonna block in the A gap, brother.
Yes, indeed. Let me ask you this, though, Blake. Let me ask you this. What we going to need this year, because, they kind of got me last year when I was on the other side. I need I need to work with you on a zoom lens. If we can just get 2 zoom lenses and be at the top of the damn bleachers, and we can capture all of this, then we can go back in and recut this up, and we film study.
Absolutely, man. I got a 70-20, and I got another camera. I got another camera, so I got an 85 mil too. That's pretty decent. But the 70-20 that I got will do pretty good if they won't be messing with us about setting it up. It was a little lady that started messing with me. Basically, like, I think I need to keep it on a monopod and just switch from like staircase to staircase.
Right.
But you know what though? You can probably get the media credential the way you could be on the field and all that.
Yeah, I got all of that, but you know, being close ain't really good for me. I need to be up high. You know, I want to get that all 22,
right?
And then we can zoom in.
The
and then
lens that I already got, man, it worked really good for that for that near field. You know,
okay.
but for that far field, yeah, that shit is tricky.
And they crazy. They wanted $375 a day to get on the other side. I was like, hell no.
A day?
A day. They were like, it used to be back in the days. You pay the $300 one time and you get the pass for the entire state.
Nah, man. That's why I'm about to be slinging barbecue out there and just make man. I'm about to have that joint lit, dog. We about to have a good time talking football, and any of them wacky ass fans for the Raiders or any of them other football come around, we gonna roast them. We gonna roast the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. Hell yeah, let's get it.
But
man.
Man, I do got something for the show, man.
What you got?
So in reality, this George Pickens stuff it kind of annoys me because it shows that so many people in the Cowboy Nation, man, is just fans, and they played Madden forever. And they don't really get football, and I'm saying that to say George Pickens is about to make a little bit better than $25 million this year.
Right.
When he balls out again next year, they gonna franchise tag his ass again. And he's gonna get top 5 money. Right? So it's gonna be a little bit better. It's gonna be just about $30 million. So he's gonna make close to $60 million over the next 2 years, right? Jackson Smith and Jigma, right? So is guaranteed $70 million. He's considered the highest paid in the league now, right?
Yeah, I think it's 120 something like that. It's crazy money, man.
Well, that's not. It's only $70 million guaranteed. All that other shit is fluff. If he go out there and break an ankle or anything like that, he gonna get his 70. But that whole 120 that got extended, he ain't getting none of that shit unless he on roster. So that's one of the ways that they just play the ego game. Like, the real game is the guaranteed money. We should be happy for George Pickens that he gonna get a guaranteed 27 this year, and if he ball out again, this nigga gonna get another guaranteed $30 million. One of my good friends was Chris McAllister. Chris McAllister, when I was going to college, the Ravens end up franchising him 3 times, and he was like, "Bro, you think I care about them franchising me? I'm getting I'm getting top 5 money that's guaranteed regardless. And if they don't sign me, I'm still going to get paid where I go someplace else." So we should be happy that George Pickens is going to get top 5 money over the next 2 years, and then he's going to be on our team, and we're going to block the A gap, and Dak is in his prime, and he's not going to have to deal with pressure up the middle, and he got a running game. And we ought to be able to play good enough defense up the middle of our defense to where we could figure out how to rush the passer and cover some receivers and give us a chance to win a fucking Super Bowl. A doggone Super Bowl, I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. Appreciate you, man. I hope to see you next month, man. Get ready, man.
Yes, sir. God bless. And good work on the studio, man. You killing the game, bro. Anybody not getting down with Law Nation Sports, man? The brother is diverse. He interviewing judges and the whole 9, man. Some of them judges even got booty. That one fine, man.
You talking about my girl, man? Yeah. Judge Heather, man.
Man. She fine as I don't know, but I'm gonna leave her alone, though. God bless you, bro.
I'm gonna see if she can come out to Oxnard, and maybe y'all can have that conversation. Appreciate you, man.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. You better watch out,
God bless you, bro.
Amen. Yes, indeed. Jeez. Yeah, it's good to be cool with the judges, man, and the lawyers and everything. Because, hey, Law Nation, without hesitation, no deviation to the matter. And that's Blake, man. He does a great job out there in Oxnard. Got a super chat. And then we'll break down Jackson Smith and Jigba's get out the way, contract or what have you. And I got Nigel. Appreciate you, man, for the support. I really need every dollar I need for next month. Would you trade 2 first-round picks? Wait a minute. Hey, I start reading, Nigel, after you said NCD or Pickens for Miles. I wouldn't do that. No way. I would make that trade. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's the Brown deal with CD or Pickens extension. All right, so it's a twofold. Like, if it's Madden, if it's John Madden, then you can make those type of trades. But you talking about monumental type of things as it relates to players who invested, well, not players that invested, the fan base, the morale, and the pursuit of winning. Because CD is one of the pillars of this particular locker room. He's been here. He's homegrown. If anything, I would lean on the theory of my guy, Boss Show Me, who states that they're different between bastards and those who are not bastards. And George Pickens, unfortunately, will be considered a bastard here. I would get rid of the bastard child before I get rid of the legitimate child, which is CD, right? So at that point, I know it sounds crass, I would keep CD, and then I would figure out a way to get rid of George Pickens if that is the case for Myles Garrett. Defense win championships, and that's how you got to go with it from that aspect. But neither here nor there. Sadiq Charles, a membership for 65 months, civil level 1. Appreciate you and all that you do. I really do appreciate all of that you guys doing. You missed the point. JSN versus GP. All right, so wait a minute. All right, this is the thing, and I'm only bringing this up because of the guarantee money. When you have guarantees, that means that that's what they're going to pay you. Now, of course, there are certain things that you're going to receive when the money comes in. For Jackson Smith and Jigba, he signed a guaranteed money compensation for, we're going to round this up because it's $69.1 million. You might as well say it's $70 million, right? For the signing bonus plus the 2026 and 2027 compensation. And then in return, in 2028, he get $19.9 million, which is fully guaranteed. All right. And also injury guaranteed at signing. And then in 2029, write this down, he get $31 million compensation, fully guaranteed. Fully. So the man got his own money, man. You know? Hey, I'm satisfied. Just give me the 9 out of that. You know what I'm saying? Or give me the 130,000. I'm okay. You know, I get it. We can't compare JSN money to what the Cowboys are willing to do on that aspect because the Cowboys don't operate like that. And even if we look at the stat accolades for all of this, 63 receptions his rookie year, which is cool. I get that. His sophomore year, 100 catches, right? 1,000 yards. And then his third year, 119. That's coming off of a Super Bowl. I get all of that. But he technically got $120 million based off of 2 years of success. 2 years. One can argue, if I contextualize my guy, George Pickens numbers comparable to this, George Pickens got more touchdowns, more receptions, and more yards. But that's a whole nother conversation. And we knew the circumstances of quarterback that was throwing him the damn ball, right? So it is for what it is. I'm not advocating that George Pickens should get paid all of this money. But what I'm saying is that the fact that the franchise tag, I don't want you guys to get it confused of me banging the table for George Pickens to get paid. I'm banging the table to go against the franchise tag. The reason why I spit upon the franchise tag is because I'm telling you guys, you don't have to take my advice. These are just mine. Don't do the payday loan. Don't go to cash, sack and save and all of this stuff. Don't go to title loan places. I'm speaking from experience too, by the way. I went and got a title loan place back in college. And it took me almost 10 years to pay it off. You know what I'm saying? For a $500 couch almost, I had to give blood and all of this stuff, sperm and everything, just to pay off a $500 couch, you know? So what I'm saying is don't do those things. It's better to borrow from a cousin or family member and have them chasing you versus them title loan places, man. So that is what the Cowboys did whenever they signed with these franchise tag. It is not the way of life, baby. You know, it hurts you more than it helps you, in my opinion. You know, that's all I'm going to say. All right, let me go to my guy from the 206, the Super Bowl winning fan over here. Eric, man, what's good with you, man?
Hey, bud, how you doing today, guys?
Hey, all is well, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, so I guess we get to play you guys twice for you.
Okay. Oh, we will play you twice. One in the regular season, one in the postseason. Okay. Hey, put it there. Put it there.
Oh man, yeah. So this could be a good season. What do you guys think about the schedule?
I think that the schedule is built by ChatGPT to make it difficult for my boys, but I embrace the difficulties. I'd rather have the difficulties now so that we get to the postseason, we'll be ready for it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I feel like, and I know I've done this so many times, but I really think that one of these years it's gonna happen for you guys.
Oh, we play y'all in the preseason. That's what JV boy is saying. Okay, so we could see y'all 3 times this year. Then I take 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Nice,
Preseason, regular season, and then postseason. I'll take them times with y'all, man.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think that one of these years you guys are gonna finally break through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's gonna at this point it's getting kind of sad because I really thought that Dallas would have made it by now.
Yeah, I know it's been 30 years, 30 seasons, man. But hey, I read somewhere long suffering is the fruit of the spirit. That means we got a lot of fruit, man. We gonna be all right, Eric. I'm just waiting to see. Got to catch up with being able to have the joy that you had last season, watching your team lift up that Lombardi Trophy, man. But what else you got for me, Eric? Before I let you go.
In closing, how about them Cowboys?
How about them, man? That's my guy, Eric, man. Been rocking and rolling with me all the way since, I think, 2017, if I can get that out. And last but not least, I got my guy, Donnie. But before I let Donnie on, I just want to say again, man, Eric, man, been rocking with me for a long time, bro. And he is a diehard Law Nation fan / Seattle Seahawk fan / Cowboy guy. You know. All right, Donnie from the 909. What's on your mind?
What's going on, Law?
Not much, man. What you got for me today on this beautiful day?
I don't know if you read my comments, but when you were talking about Myles Garrett and the draft capital that we would have to give up.
Yeah.
Law. If the Browns are asking for 3 first-round picks, I'm giving it to them. I had a conversation with my mom, and I don't know why I have this feeling, but I just have a feeling that we're going to get Myles Garrett now.
Oh, snap, we not. Breaking news. Bombshell, the Browns are finalizing the trade for Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett, to the damn Rams. Oh, my God. This is crazy. He's going to the Rams. They don't even need Miles, man. They got, oh my gosh, Donnie. Whoa, my goodness. I don't think we're going to be able to get out of the L.A. when we play them boys, man. Oh, my goodness. Don't y'all understand? That's monumental. I appreciate you, Donnie. What else you got for the show, man? Hello?
Oh, man, no, that killed it, bro.
That killed it, man. That's like, oh, my goodness, man. I take that back. I give him 4 first-round draft picks, man. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy.
Did they say the compensation?
They didn't say the compensation yet, but they already got Jared Verse on the other side.
Yeah, I know. Oh,
wow. This
unbelievable.
Sheesh. Unbelievable. Total pandemonium. When you think of that, I'm lost for words. You know, I can't say anything else, Donnie.
Yeah, you know, Chris Canty, he had his own morning show on ESPN,
right.
And he said Myles Garrett will not be playing for the Browns this year.
The Rams literally said, F them picks. They want to get back to the big bowl. Right. Paul. Oh, my goodness.
The Rams always say that. They don't care. All they care about is the bottom line. That's winning.
And that's for what it is. They already have Jared Verse. They already have a nice defense. They even got the other kid, O.J. McDuffie, whatever his name. They made some solid pieces even in the draft and beyond. This is beyond me.
They got them boys, and they went out and got the corner from Kansas City and free agent.
Oh my goodness!
They all about winning, bro.
It's all about winning, man.
I wish the Jones family was like that.
Man, I don't know what else to say at this point, but man, this is going to be a crazy good defense to see. The Rams in that division. You got the Rams, the Seahawks. You got the 49ers to a degree. They're going to be doing their thing in that division. Oh my goodness, man, that's dominating.
Anytime you bring a Myles Garrett to your team, it instantly just changes everything. It just changes everything.
Oh, my bad. I misread. They trading Verse off. They traded away Verse. I misread it. So, but still.
Still. Who would you rather have, Myles Garrett or Jared Verse?
Oh, man, give me Miles. But, man, we finna see what's finna happen. Oh, my goodness, this is breaking news, pandemonium. I can't wait to see what it's going to all look like. But it's still, it lessened the blow a little bit, but that's still a blow. My goodness, man. Appreciate you, Donnie, man. Thank you for calling in, Chief.
All right, much love, Law.
Much love to you from the 909, man. Oh, my goodness. That is crazy. It's a little less than what I thought it would be if you had to deal with Jared and my guy Miles, but now it's just Miles. Maybe they're lose some of the spontaneity. What I'm thinking about, but still, you don't want that to see that now you got Miles, who look like Kobe. Back in L.A.? Come on, man. Hey, my Illuminati mind is going crazy now. Yeah, that is Kobe returned to L.A., man. That's just for what it is. Kobe returned to L.A. That's for what it is. That's for what I can say. Oh, my goodness, Cowboys. Man, we couldn't be a part of that? That's crazy. And, man, oh, man, boy, you're going to have to do some things to go up against that particular team, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all feeling about that, though? Because at the end of the day, this is about to be crazy, the breaking news. All right, so here's the report now. Bombshell, the Browns are finalizing the trade of a defensive player of the year, Myles Garrett, to the Rams, and a shocker, sources tells him. Tom Pelissero and Adam Schefter at the same time got the hot chili peppers falling out of the sky on this deal. Appreciate you for your support. Cleveland would send Garrett to L.A. in exchange for a star edge, Jared Verse, a first rounder, and more. So I can't wait to get all of the details, man. But y'all ain't tricking me. That's Kobe, man. That's Kobe beating Bryant, man, back in L.A., baby. Oh, man. The Rams finna win the Super Bowl. Oh, my goodness. Chase. Oh, my gosh, man. This is crazy. From I got another caller, man, and we'll let him in. I got from the 979, but when I held that 9, all I can see were my mama's eyes. What's up with you, my dog?
Hope you had a good weekend, my man.
Man, it was okay. It was bittersweet, but yeah, it's crazy here. Crazy news, man.
Man, look, this is what me and guys like Toxic Tom have been telling folks, man. This is what you call going all in, man. Yeah, and then let's not forget, they got McDuffie, too.
McDuffie, yeah, OJ and them.
And they got Miles on the team, man. They just went up and got Miles, and I guarantee you they still got money to spend.
Man, they sitting on money, man. I'm gonna pull that up too.
You know what I'm saying? That GM, he don't. I've been saying
unbelievable, total pandemonium.
Teams that are supposed to be in win now mode, draft picks should be the least of their worries.
Yeah.
If I was the Dallas Cowboy GM, we would never have picks because I would be trying to use them picks to get players and finagle all kinds of stuff, man. I guarantee you, Gary could have easily gotten Myles Garrett. He could have easily given up, as messed up as it's gonna sound, he could have gave up Ezra Raku or somebody, or Ferg or Schoon, and for some draft picks.
You know what? As crazy as it is, and I'm not trying to be crass when I say this. I said it earlier, and I'm not trying to run off with this, but if the Cowboys already have now I know Malachi Law ain't really signed his deal yet, right? What about you just say, you know what, we'll give y'all Malachi and 2 first-round draft picks. You see what I'm saying? You know? Yeah.
Done that, man. They can still do that now with possibly Jordan Brooks. Give up a second-round pick and probably Schoon or Ferg. You can go after one of them dudes, man. Like, bro, it's time to go all in, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That Prescott ain't getting no younger. It's possible they're not going to keep George Pickens after this season. Like, it ain't no reason for them to go all in, man. And like, you know what I'm saying, like in this whole notion of, and like, and I'm not trying to disrespect Too Cool's take on, but I mean, he got to understand that in order for Dallas to be getting somebody like the guy Smith from Ohio State, I forgot what his first name, I think it's his first name, Jabari Smith or something like that. Where like the Cowboys, like I said, they don't suck enough to go after something like that. Dude is probably going to be a top 5 pick for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, unless you planning on giving up a player or something like that to get, like, it's not going to happen. Like that's just not going to happen. So as far as I'm concerned, it's like they need to go out and try to get Brooks, man. Get Brooks from Miami. Like the Miami Dolphins, they probably gonna be picking the first overall pick next season, man. They got all that dead money and all that stuff, man. Like I'm tired of seeing this, man. Like they need to go out and make some big moves, man. Stop acting scared money don't make no money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do something, man. Ain't nobody trying to compete.
No doubt, man.
That's all I got to say on that, man.
No doubt, man. And according to Over the Cap, the Rams have $25.2 million. So, we'll see how that works. Yeah, we'll see.
Got 25 million. Yeah, we'll see.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, man. Good call from my guy, DP, man, from the 979. But when I tried,
goodbye.
He was the last caller in that queue. That's crazy. My dog, that's crazy. We do have a super in a chat from Freshman. Appreciate you. He states here, I'm so sad these MFers go from Aaron Donald to now Miles. Crazy that they had the best 2 defender players over the last 15. And Freshman, we got to add this into that mix because Jared Verse is no one to sneeze at too. He's top 5 in my books as an edge defender, edge rusher. He can stop the run and stop the pass. So, or get to the quarterback. So it's crazy. And Verse is not comparable to Ezra Raku. Ezra Raku is still trying to earn his way. So, wow. And Kroenke, man, you know, he let the GM do the GM stuff, and he's not in that mix. That is crazy, though, for this news to hit around this time. I would say that the Cowboys, we still worrying about paying Pickens. These guys, they move. And we played the Rams December the 20th, 2026. That game, oh my God, it's going to be crazy, man. And all of this news and stuff that we are hearing, the Cowboys better figure out a way to work this and get things going. I hate that this is a situation that is always about money, right? And it's always about this and that with us. Kroenke gives the GM cash to spend. This is from Toxic Tom. Yeah. What the F is Steven and them is talking about? I don't know, man. I'm lost with words, and I know that the Cowboys try to do whatever they can do in the best of their power to say, hey, this is what can work, but in actuality, whew, let me see what we got here, man. This is crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, this is crazy. Shoot, this is crazy, man. Now let me tell y'all, man, that I don't know what else to say, bro. I'm lost for words, man. I can't wait to get Twin on. We're supposed to do a show today. Let me see if I can regroup, get him on. I thank all of you guys. I love y'all to the stars and back. Can't wait to hear his thoughts on everything, and let's see what we can do from here, Cowboys Nation. This was a great show today. Let's continue to grind and shine. DC for life, not for sure. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Yeah. Jeremy, Jerome Flower, appreciate you. Yeah, I reread it and I saw that he is part of the trade there. I corrected myself. Yeah, but I thank y'all so much. But man, Myles Garrett, you gotta understand, he had 23 sacks last season, 22, something like that. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Let me see if Twin is available. We have a quick other podcast to talk about this, and let's see what we can do. I need to find a Rams guy and talk to him. Cowboys. As they say, when the end time come for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. Hush all of that cry.
Oh my God.
Stop crying about what went wrong. Because God will take wrong and make it right. God will take pain and make it power.
One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain, we stuck in this game.
Stop crying!
Searching for fortune and fame. Write this down. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs, blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting or lied about, don't deal in lies or hate it and yet give way to hate it, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim or meet with triumph and disaster, treat those two imposters just to say. If you can bear to hear the truth you spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for foes, or watch the things you gave your whole life for broken and stooped and build back up again with worn out tools. Ladies and gentlemen, for 30 years, 30 seasons, We've been seeing our tools being broken and stooped with worn out tools. We can see the things that have been twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. But in actuality, we see the perseverance, the hard work as being a Cowboy fact. That we have to not just fight amongst the NFL and fight amongst the other NFL fan base, but we have to fight amongst our own fan base and erase some of the pains and miseries that we go through. But damn it, I come here to tell you, win, lose, or draw, we here. We ain't going anywhere. We right here. Cowboy Nation, I don't give a dog if Rams went and got the late great and pulled him up out of the grave, Reggie White. We beating the Rams this year. I don't give a dog if the Seahawks go and do unbelievable things to improve their team. We beating the damn Seahawks this year. It's all year, baby. We going to the postseason. We gonna bring up all of these reasonings because it's our time. We just got to get in line with these type of things. OTAs, let's get it. DC for life, not for short. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember,
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
Tell them run it off. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. I wake up, flex, thumb down now. Check, no drip this. Wet. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady.
Yeah.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me Lily.
Go Spurs, man.
I was sending the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ.
I need 6 of them, Jerry. Hear me out.
I wake up,
Allah.
thumb down that.
Nation.
No drip this. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I
stretch.
Tell them run it off. I wake up, flex, thumb down that. Check. No drip this. Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it off. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out.
Come on, Oxnard.
Well, I'm Nigeria, come through in a hurry.
Yeah.
Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself, they getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games.
Yo.
Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up
to my name. Hey, that last event that we had with Lorenz Tate and them, 91% females. 91. Where the fellas at, man? Y'all need to, not saying that I didn't enjoy, but come on, fellas, y'all need to come out to the next one now.
Tell them run it off. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first
stretch.
Tell them run it off.
All right, until next time, man.
Now, so the cocaine's happening.
Oh, wrong
when
button.
Does that crack come into play for you?
Yeah.
Take a drag
I'll follow. Wherever you go, whatever you do, where you do. 7 years of the perfect love, 7 more and now. The Giants just signed Juju. And Odell. Boy, it's gonna be a good day week 1. The street lights. Damn. You know it's dangerous to go alone. Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be your too? It got to be a bad day for Jared Verse, though. Anyway, the Browns could trade him to us. That's wild, man. Until next time, DC for life, not for short. That's my West Side post, man. You know what I'm saying? West Side, baby. Calais, we on our way, baby.
Forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can't fly.
Come on, choir.
Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on. Ain't nobody
The longest outro in the land.
paging me, asking me,
Are you still them boys? Calling me.
texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen, 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 listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo, portion of my portion. Hey! I'm still them boys. Oh!
Not much, twin. You ready to jump on the live?
Them boys, I'm still them boys.
I can send you a link and everything. Did you see that trade?
I ain't seen it. I've been looking on the internet.
Miles Garrett's gonna be in the Rams, man.
I've been looking because I heard somebody say something about it, but when I put in the NFL rumors and chats, it ain't like popped up.
Nah, dog. It's there. It's official, man.
Okay.
It's like when Ray Charles touched that small wrist, he going. Yeah, it's official, bro.
It's official because I'm looking because it says post-June trade market and roster rumors.
Man.
It's a Miles Garrett sweepstakes. The following contract stand off absence status. The Browns OTAs. Garrett's heavily linked to the Los Angeles site. And I just looked at that at 12:24.
Man,
so I'm like, all right.
it's official, man. It's official, bro. Yeah.
It's an evil world we live in.
Yes, indeed, man. So I'm wrapping up my show now. I can get ready to send you a link, and then we'll jump in. We'll talk about your team and the NFC East and your West, what have you, and we'll see what we got going from there, bro.
That sucks.
Damn. Shoot, who you telling?
Aaron Donald, now it's goddamn it.
Shoot, I'm trying to tell folks, but they went. Don't you know the run that they went from? Damn it, from Aaron Donald to Verse was nobody to sneeze at too, you know. Yeah, and then they got Miles Garrett. That's crazy, man.
They trading Verse?
They trading Verse though.
Okay.
That dude weakens the blow a little bit though, bro. But still though, man.
I mean, sometimes you gotta go home or go big, go home. Then.
Well.
Shit. Well, first of all, go and do your things, then, my boy. I'm gonna go ahead and prep myself, then. All right.
All right, you gonna be at that studio over there, or what you doing?
Well, I ain't at the studio. Can I get there? Yeah, it'll just take me some little time though to get over there.
Do you prefer to wait till you get to there? Cause I got a little time. I can do some like soft edits on my end, and then I can shoot you a link. We'll shoot for a time. It's 12:45 now. We'll let the trade marinate a little bit and then jump back at 2 or 1.
Okay, 2 o'clock?
No, it's 12:40 or 1:30.
All right, cuz
I just got to prep myself, get over there, and let them know.
Cause there'll be better sound, better light, and all that stuff, man. Unless you got good stuff at the crib where you at.
No, I mean I just got the regular setup over here for real. I ain't got nothing.
Which one you prefer though? Which one you prefer?
Time wise, if I'm more efficient, honestly, it'll probably be at my house right now. I couldn't maybe later on after 3 o'clock. It would be better for me to go over there to the studio.
Because it's gonna be OTA talk after 3 o'clock for me because that's when everything.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll do. Give me about 30 minutes. I give you about 30 minutes, man. I give you about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna hit you up, and then we'll shoot a link out, and I'm gonna grab me some. Yeah, I'm gonna grab me some neat. No doubt. Yeah. All right, bro. Love you, man. Do you love me too? Do you love me too, man? You hesitated on the love, man. My brother hesitated on the love.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
Are you shitting me?
No, I'm not.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, I gave you everything I had.
Do y'all love me, man? If you love me, put I love you, because I love you. You love me. We are one happy family. I think that's how that song goes. From something, you know.
Sacrifice, don't give up the fight.
Yeah, I'm telling you. He kind of loved me. He hesitated, man. It's supposed to be automatic, man.
Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
Until next time, I see y'all in a few, man. All right, peace.